right, just got done eating breakfast. I am very excited that this is going to be my first ever estate sale. I don't know if I can record. Hopefully they'll let me record so I can kind of show you, if you've never done an estate sale, what I've seen that will sell as far as brand name wise. There's fur coats from the photos. There are fur coats, Lennox, dinerware, household goods. There's so much stuff on there that I'm really excited to be able to see this and actually experience an estate sale for the very first time. So here we go. I got to drive about another 5 miles till I get there. So stay tuned for what I'm able to find, and hopefully I can do a little bit of recording while I'm in there. Decided while we're traveling back to El Paso, we stopped in Midland, Texas. We're gonna check out a couple of estate sales and hopefully some yard sales, see what they got, and go from there. So this will be a kind of our sourcing journey back home. So we just got done with our second estate sale here in Midland, Texas, which is about 300 miles away from El Paso. We are on our way back home now as we speak, and I gotta say, we hit jackpot when it came to what we found at this last one here. We spent a total of $51, correct? $51 on this last one. And I don't know if you can see, there's a projector back there, and I got to do a punch buggy to my wife. Ow. She doesn't understand why I can get every single punch buggy, which is right there. But anyways, so we were able to find a Kodak projector, and I looked up the sold comps recently with the last 7 days, and they are selling for $60, and then the buyer is paying $30 for shipping. So, and the way it has a manual, has everything, it actually has a reel already with it. So I kind of have a good feeling that this thing's in working order and operational. I really don't see it being non-operational. And the great thing about it though too was that this last one we went to, it was a former commissioner of Midland, Texas, and so they were pretty affluent, people, and it really worked out in our favor as far as being able to travel and thrift while we're doing our jobs. So if you have an opportunity to be able to go out and about while you're doing whatever, as far as, like, for my wife, she had a conference she went to in Texas Tech, and it just worked out in our favor to be able to find these estate sales. And like I said, we don't really hit up many estate sales, and there's a gentleman actually on Instagram that recommended that that I give him my email address, and he's going to notify me when the legit ones actually post. So thank you to you there, and I'll tag you in this video. But overall, like I said, this was a great trip for us. We got to enjoy Lubbock, Texas. I liked it there because it was kind of a very home country feeling that I'm used to growing up around. Not so much for my wife, but I loved it. And anyways, all right, guys. All right, so open this up. This is probably the first item that I found at the first estate sale that I went to in Lubbock, Texas. I was able to haggle with the estate company that was working it. So originally this was $50, but I looked at the sold comps, just looking at this brand name Smith Corona. I knew that it was a big name, so I bit the bullet and I said, hey, I asked first, hey, do you offer military discount? And this was actually, next up is the other typewriter that I was able to score. Like I said, this other one here was going for $50. This is a 1975 Smith Corona. And the only difference with this, of course, is that you have a lot more advanced compared to the 1940s. But this one here, I have it listed for $100. And I'm gonna try to take a best offer. I am charging the potential buyer shipping, which is gonna be $30. Next up is this Kodak pretty antique M77. It actually comes with the manual too. I'll pop the case here. So I was able to test this out and everything's working. It has the reel, has the manual, and I have this on eBay and Mercari. These are going for about $85 to $100, the ones that work. So I believe I have this listed, and I'll show you the listing when I have this available. I haven't looked at this one because this is one of the first ones that I actually listed at first. And so I do have this around, I think $100 if I'm not mistaken, for this with a $25 ship. So I thought this was pretty cool here. This is a matte maker. As you can see here, it crushes up the ice and then it fits it into this tray here. I just looked at this. I didn't even have to look up a sold comp. I knew that it was going to be worth some money because it's so old. It's in the 1950s, and it's also manufacturer tags and everything else on the bottom here. This brand actually still exists, which is kind of ironic. But otherwise, like I said, I got this listed for, I believe, $40 on eBay, and I'll show you right here the actual price that I have it for. So I thought this was pretty cool here. This is a Little Mac Hamilton Beach. So as you know, Hamilton Beach still exists here in the United States. I thought this was a pretty little nifty little device here. I got this listed, I think, about $19.95. I'll show you right here on eBay, and I also have it on Mercari also. So this is a bowling set, and you know, it was going for $35, but I got to talk them down. Everything, actually, I had to talk them down to anything. It was 75% off everything in this one estate sale, which I'll show you a couple clothing items that I was able to obtain. But I think this is going to be a good sale because it's going to be someone that owns a bowling alley that wants to have that classic vintage and, you know, look to the bowling alley. They can put this in the showcasing. Although the bowling ball is pretty heavy, it's going to be a good shipment. It's going to probably be about $25, $30 for shipping. But I have this listed, I believe, right now for $45, $50. But if you look right here, this is how much I have it listed for. Next up, if you've seen some of my Instagram and also YouTube, you can actually see me wearing one of these. I got two of these. They were $20 a piece plus a 75% off. I knew that this one thing was something special. I love it. I wear it. I wore it in the airport and people kind of looked at me all weird. But you can tell that this has some history to it. Whatever Texas school this is, the Letterman, it just has that unique look. I haven't posted this one yet, but I'll probably charge $35 to $40 for something like this. Although there is some frays around here a little bit, otherwise, I mean, it's in immaculate condition for something that is this old. I don't see it being an issue why I should be able to sell for the price that I'm asking for.
The wind was out at 14 miles an hour, gusting to 24.
So, got this vintage radio here. As you can see, it is fully functional, fully operational. This thing is, you know, with it being being that it fully works, I should hopefully get a pretty good price on this. And you can currently see it right now on my eBay. I have it listed for this much. Alright, so I just sold this Sony Walkman here to a gentleman in Canada. I had it for $39.99 and I probably lowballed myself a little bit taking that offer, but you know what, I paid probably $3 for this, so I can't really complain. I tested it out, made sure that at least the FM AM works, put headphones in it, and it fired right up. And I mean, it was in great condition, nothing really wrong with it. I mean, right now even the light's still working. The batteries are operational. There's really no internal damage to it at all, as you can see here. So be on the lookout for these here, because this is a great find. So I ended up taking a $25 best offer, and then also $12.99 shipping, which you'll see right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and ship that out today, or ship it out tomorrow, and get it out the door to Canada. Looking at this here, this brand still exists today when it makes ice cream machines and ice cream makers. But this is the antique one here, still comes with the manual. I have it listed for here, as you can see how much I have it listed here on eBay. But also I have this on Mercari, and also I have this listed on eBay and Mercari, as you can see here on my eBay listing that I'm showing you. But otherwise, I picked this up because I thought this is something unique. because of the history that comes with this, and the fact that it still had the manual. I knew I had to grab it. All right, the last item I'm going to show you that I got out of this estate sale is this scale right here. And I looked up the sold comps on some of this brand. This is an Ireland brand. So I'm kind of skeptic how I can be able to set this price, and I haven't been able to find sold comps at all. So I'm thinking maybe $20 plus free shipping to get away with it. But otherwise, like I said, this is a vintage. This is a vintage scale from Ireland that I have not been able to find this exact model for this scale. Guys, I wanted to thank you for tuning into this video here. This is going to be where I'm going to have my new setup, how I kind of showcase my things, so I can show you item by item, how much I'm listing them for, how much I'm paying per shipping per item. So that way when you go out and you go thrift and you go sourcing, whether it's through retail, online, or actual like thrift stores, you kind of have an idea what to look for. By no means, you know, everywhere is going to be a different kind of area, how you look for things. So it just all depends on where you live and what you do. For us, me and my wife, we travel a lot. Next week I'm traveling to Oklahoma for almost 2 weeks, where I'm going to be, you know, tied up with the Army, but on my off time I'm going to go to thrift stores, retail stores, and check things out. So I'm pretty excited about that. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. My dog needs to go out right here, so I need to let him out, but I hope that you can be able to subscribe to this channel. Like this video if you like how I have everything flowing when it comes to the items that I can showcase. And then also too, don't forget to leave a comment down below if there's other videos that you feel that I can be able to do for you, whether it's educational, what is sold, and also, all right, I gotta get going. Let me let my dog out and I'll talk to you guys soon.